The presidency on Monday says President Muhammadu Buhari can't be forced to sign the amendment electoral bill into law. The president had earlier declined assent to the bill, citing concerns over the recommendation of direct primaries for political parties. He had said compulsory direct primary for political parties violates the spirit of democracy. The clause was later removed by the Senate and House of Representatives, and the lawmakers introduced a clause allowing political parties to elect their candidates using direct, indirect, or consensus methods. The revised bill was subsequently transmitted to the President on January 31st. In a statement issued on Friday, about 26 civil society organizations had said Buhari needed to sign the bill before February 22nd if the date of the 2023 general election announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) will stand. The bill, when signed, requires INEC to issue notice of election not later than 360 days before the day appointed for an election. Therefore, the president has to give assent to the bill on or before 22nd February 2022 if the date announced for the 2023 elections are to be maintained. The civil society organizations are stated. The delay in granting presidential assent to the bill, Electoral Bill 2022, will create legal uncertainties that threaten the integrity of the off-cycle elections in Ekiti, Osun, and the 2023 general elections, which is 366 days away. The civil society community resolves to declare Tuesday, 22nd February 2022 as a national day of protest to demand immediate assent to the bill. Reacting, Femi Adesina, special advisor to the president on media and publicity, said Buhari still had more days to decide on signing the amended bill into law. He also tackled the groups accusing the president of being reluctant in accepting to the controversial bill. The statement said some interest groups are cashing in on what they consider a delay in the signing of the electoral bill into law by the president to foment civil disorder and muddy the waters. One can just pity their ignorance of constitutional requirements, as the president has a window of 30 days within which to sign the bill or decline assent after it had been transmitted to him by the National Assembly. It is on record that the amended bill was sent to the presidency on January 31st, 2022, which means that the executive could do due diligence on it till March 1st, as prescribed by the Constitution. A proposed legislation that has to do with the electoral fortunes of the country needs to be thoroughly scrutinized and be made as near perfect as possible. Those playing cheap policies with it are therefore encouraged to hold their peace, knowing that the right thing will be done within the lawful time. You are the guys practicing democracy. Why is it that since 2019 up to today, this electoral bill has not been signed, it has not been sealed, it has not even been talked about, and just be forgotten and do something else? Why is it that when it comes to election time, there will be delay, things that are supposed to move the country forward? The same thing they did in 2019. From 2017 or 2018, if I could remember vividly, they started presenting, when Saraki was there, they started presenting this electoral bill. They did it, they were just back and forth. Buhari will reject it. He will see one comma, he will see one error, he will see this, he will see that. Till, because he knew what he was doing, till when it got to the time, I don't know whether they really accepted it, but at the end of the day, they said, oh, it was too late. As at that time, because of election, it will be so difficult. People don't say, okay, no worries, but just make sure that before 2023, you present this whole thing before them again, so that they will know what and what to do, so that it won't be a case of what, or be like the case of what happened in 2019, but exactly the same game they are playing. They had all the time for more than 3 years ago. They had all the time, the same thing, complaining. Well, It is tiring. There is nothing that they can get right. Not even we. There's nothing they can get right. They can't get anything right. The people working with Mr. President, are they really human or bunch of destroyers? We don't already know say he no go do am. You no go sign am. Another clear evidence that Bubu is on transit. No, nobody can force him. That is what makes him president. The decision that matters to the generality of the population doesn't matter to him, and yet they will be criticizing those African countries where military has overthrown the democratically elected president. A democratic leader will not think of his own interests more than the people. I think some people said that the game that Buhari is playing, it is is calling for coup. It's calling for coup. They will not want to hear that, but they will be doing things that will lead to that. But the National Assembly can veto Buhari and pass the electoral bill. Which one? Is it the one that is headed by Ahmad Lawa? What were they doing in the last 16 years? It will be history, negative one, if not signed, especially if signing it would bring a progressive and decent changes in the country's polite full stop because of new rigging method to be tested. Well, let's see how it goes. They don't have an interest of the country at heart. Now Obasanjo is singing like what I don't understand. Oshomole will say he's singing like a wish. Now when they were there, they will not do the right thing. Now after they must have left, they will not be speaking the same language that the man on the street or the people on the street are speaking. They will not hear. Now you want people to talk more. When people talk, before you know, they will grab them, put them behind bar. I hope the Buhari too will not even be speaking. Of course, they will. After they must have left office, they will not be speaking. I don't just understand. I don't understand why they don't even love the people they claim they are governing. Hmm. They don't just do that. That is the consequences of the unitary system of government the Yamiris imposed on Nigerians in 1966 until it is violently dismantled as it was created by the Yamiris in 1966. Nigeria will never know peace. Let them see. Let's see how they are going to go about this. At the end of the day, people have already made up their mind that no, this guy is not going to sign it. He's not going to sign it. Oh, that is the consequence of the unitary system. Let them continue to be playing the ethnic cards. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Do you think he's going to sign it or not?